Hello everyone, welcome to SelfLoveU. Today I'm going to talk to you about a topic, and by the way, here I am, I'm back. I'm feeling like doing videos again and not just audios. What do you think about that? I hope you like it. So today I want to talk about something that I have intricate knowledge about and I understand very, very well, but I've never spoken about this particular topic ever. However, I brought it up and then the whole YouTube world ran with it. And I got it from a lady 10 years ago, the idea of the covert narcissist. Now it's everywhere. Everybody's talking about the covert narcissist, and I hope it's not too late. A lot of the things that I hear about the covert narcissist online are not necessarily correct. It's just not right. A covert narcissist is going to be a narcissist that you can't tell that they are a narcissist. A truly covert narcissist, you're not going to know that they are a covert narcissist. Now, overt, grandiose narcissists will use covert techniques. They will use subtle manipulation and all sorts of things. But a truly covert narcissist is so skilled at being covert, you do not know that they are a narcissist. Okay? So there are narcissists among you that you don't even know that they are narcissists unless you're very skilled at picking up on the cues and knowing what a narcissist does. So the covert narcissist is very do-gooder, very self-defacing, they seem insecure. And this is the kind of covert narcissist that I know, okay? You wouldn't know it. You can't just pick them out of a lineup. Their behaviors are just like that of the most empathic person you have ever seen. However, it is covert that their true feelings are hidden. Their true feelings are hidden in a covert cloak. So every other person in the world is going to think that this covert narcissist is a regular person, a great person, maybe somebody who is very involved in the church or very involved in helping hands, does the homeless ministry, whatever. But deep down inside, these people harbor a different vibe, a different feeling than your traditional person, than a healthy person, or even than an empathic person or a codependent person. A covert narcissist can be codependent as well. The covert narcissist is very hard to identify. And as a general rule, they're not going to be considered a narcissist. They may not make sure that every hair is in place. They're not as concerned per se about their physical appearance and image as a grandiose narcissist will be. However, the covert narcissist is the most dangerous type of narcissist because you cannot see it. At least with a overt narcissist, like if you had an overt narcissist parent, at least you know it. I mean, these are the kinds of parents that just do disastrous things to their children, and the children know it. The children know that their parent is off. They just do weird things. But a covert narcissist, on the other hand, does not have these types of behaviors. However, the covert narcissist still feels the same internally, from my understanding, as an overt narcissist. They think that they hung the moon. They think that they are the best things in the world. And they think that they have the right to harm other people, to cause pain for other people, and to control everything about other people. So that is how the covert narcissist works. They still think the same as the overt. However, everything is covert and you don't know it's happening until you're so messed up because You thought this person was so great. You thought this person had your best interest in heart. And then come to find out, they've been stabbing you in the back, metaphorically, in terms of, all sorts of ways. So I'm just going to give you just a few ways that the covert narcissist will operate, which are all very similar to an overt narcissist, but much more dangerous. I would say that the number one abuse tactic of a covert narcissist is the silent treatment. Because they seek to control your mind, they use mind control techniques, just like the overt narcissist. They want your mind on them at all times. They want to control the communication. They want you thinking about them 24/7. And if you refuse to do so, if you, have other thoughts or have other dreams or think highly of yourself or begin to get out of their role that they put you in, then they have covert means and measures to get you back into alignment with their goals for you. And they are seeking to garner narcissistic supply from you, attention. They feed on your pain. They make promises and don't deliver. But their number one way to control their target is through the silent treatment. The silent treatment, again, can be a very covert process. You may not even realize the silent treatment is happening. You just know that, unless you're really, really savvy, okay? If you're really savvy, then you know what the silent treatment is. But as a general rule, if you don't know anything about narcissist abuse or you don't even, you think all narcissists are vain and, constantly hairspraying their hair, you are incorrect. There are narcissists that live in trailer parks who, stink, have smelly houses. A covert narcissist is not your typical narcissist, okay? A covert narcissist is a narcissist that is hidden behind the scenes and does not give their true vibe. Whatever vibe they give it underneath the surface. And you only find out in these weird times. You find out in these weird times that their true feelings. And that's if you're very close. So their number one tool for abuse, for control of their target, is the silent treatment. If you begin to venture off on your own, start succeeding on your own, setting a boundary. If you set a boundary, you're going to get the silent treatment from the narcissist, the covert narcissist. That's their number one thing, because silence, you can't really, there's a lot of plausible deniability. So you can't really say for sure if the silent treatment is happening. And that's what the covert narcissist does. They operate in the realm of plausible deniability. Everything they do could be seen by the outsider to be nothing. Like it looks like they're doing nothing. So a covert narcissist uses flattery. They're heavy duty on the flattery. What is flattery? Flattery is love bombing. There's a lot of verses in the Bible about flattering and about how it's better to stay away from people. You don't want people that are flattering you. Flattery is a very manipulative tactic, okay? So if someone is flattering you, it should be set a little alarm. And unless you're somebody who doesn't really know, and maybe you're fawning, and maybe you're not aware of the ramifications of flattery and how bad it is, then you may flatter people. But what I'm saying is that covert narcissists use flattery. And that's one of the reasons you have no clue, because a traditional narcissist, a grandiose narcissist, is selfish. They're going to just be talking about themselves. They're not going to make you look good. They're not going to be flattering you except in the very beginning. The covert narcissist will flatter you until the cows come home. They flatter you, then they tear you down, and they put you through the same cycle but it's all unbeknownst to you. You don't know it's happening. So this is what I have to say. If you know you're dealing with a narcissist, it's probably not a covert narcissist. A covert narcissist is so covert, so subtle, so cunning, so conniving. You can barely tell unless you are highly skilled that you're dealing with an actual narcissist. Okay, they use flattery. They do a lot of, fear, obligation, guilt. It's a lot of feel sorry for me. I can't do this. I don't have the capacity. I'm not good enough. But deep down inside, they think that they are the best. They're just trying to say those things so that you will come to their rescue like, they're a wounded bird and, it's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. You go to rescue this person and they bite you. The covert narcissist will pull the rug out from under you every chance that they get. They will build you up, build you up, build you up, build you up, encourage you, make you feel like they care. And then at the very end, when you're really expecting them to be there for you, because they built you up, they made you feel like they're always going to be there for you, then they pull the rug and they go silent. They pull the rug and they're not to be found. And that's why it's so important never to trust and rely on one person. You've got to rely on yourself. You don't want to be looking to other people to build you up. You want to already be built up. But the covert narcissist wants to be that person in your life who has the control to tell you that you are, marvelous, wonderful, you can do it. That's what they want to do for you. The covert narcissist will try to isolate you from other people. And it's very covert, plausible deniability. They do this by being available to you in times when something's gone wrong, and they'll be very much on your side. Okay? So it's not isolating you in a real overt way. It literally feels as though they're really on your side, and you're like, yeah, so-and-so did me wrong. And they're like, yeah, but they're overemphasize the people that did you wrong so that you have no way back. You have no way back because they smashed the person into the ground, and then you feel like if you ever let this person in your life ever again, that you would be an idiot. I mean, they really come in, they get in your brain, they stir it up, they create all kinds of, I don't know, what do you call it, apps? I think Sam Vaknin, however you say his name, he was talking about how the, certain toxic people install apps. These covert narcissists will install covertly little places in your mind, will put you in little trances and then install code words, literal code words, trance words, commands. They are very skilled at knowing how your psychology works, what bothers you, what to say, how to say it, when to back away. They know how to control you like a puppet because they are so covert. And they listen. They listen to you like you are the king or queen of Sheba. They listen to you. A narcissist, a grandiose narcissist, will not listen to you. They don't give a crap. They're too busy focusing on building themselves up. The covert narcissist plays the long game, and they will listen to you so they can learn and get all the material about you possible to learn how to later smush you, to later squish you, to later take advantage of you, pull the rug out, and make you feel like crap. Because the covert narcissist, just like the overt narcissist, gets a kick out of controlling others, gets a kick out of being sadistic, gets a kick when you feel like crap. That's the goal of the covert narcissist, is to seek, destroy. because they don't have a self. They don't feel good about themselves. So they covertly manipulate, get in, scheme, twist, connive in order to get you to think a certain way about yourself that is false. It's not real. It's false. And untangling from these false belief systems that these covert narcissists install in your head is a lifelong process. It depends on how deep you are with these covert narcissists. And it's so hard when you meet a covert narcissist and in real life, as you go along, your mind, you have such a cognitive dissonance because this person is so nice and so sweet and so kind and flattering and there for you. And you think, wow, I've got a really great friend and they really care. But then you can start to notice covert techniques that are ultimately used to harm you, and you really have to trust your intuition and take action whenever your intuition tells you that you're dealing with somebody who's covert. You might want to take a step back and not tell them your problems, and definitely don't rely on them for validation, external validation, because if you're relying on anyone for external validation, guess what? You're going to be prey for covert, overt, toxic people of all types. Okay? So the covert narcissist, it also involves, they create the fantasy bond that they're always going to be there for you, that y'all have a great relationship. They're monitoring. They're monitoring spirits. They will constantly be monitoring what's going on in your life. They want to know what you're doing, where you're going, who you're with, who you like, who you don't like, and they make sure that they put little digs in about people in your life that you're progressing with, so they can make sure to always have the upper hand in all of your relationships. They want to take you over. They also give negative digs about you as a person, about your capacity. They want to make sure that your light is dimmed. They want to dim your light. The covert narcissist will covertly dim your light by having you dim it for them. So instead of them having to come, like an overt narcissist will literally say, your hair's messed up. You look like shit. That's what an overt narcissist will do. A covert narcissist knows you so well, gets to know you so well, listens to you so closely, and is so sneaky and has so much plausible deniability. They will have you talking about yourself, and they will listen and laugh with you as you discuss your flaws. And they will train you that talking about your flaws and all of the things that make you unhappy, they will train you that makes, that's a good, healthy way to be. When ultimately discussing these things with someone who has no empathy, who's actually getting joy and a kick and a dopamine hit off of your negative experiences or your inability to figure stuff out, is very damaging to your soul and needs to be stopped. It's like a wound that's just absolutely open, and they're just pinging on your wounds, pinging on your wounds. They monitor, they mirror, they interrogate. They want a piece of all of your action. If you have something going on, they want to be a part of it. That's something that's very overt like, but that's what a covert narcissist does. They don't give you anything. They pretend to give, but they don't give a damn thing. They pretend that they care, but they don't care. And you don't find this out until it's too late. When you finally find this out, you're like, holy crap. All this time, I thought that they cared. And really, they didn't give two rats' butts about me. Okay? Sorry for, being the bearer of bad tidings. But these people do not care about you. They are simply there to flatter you, shame you, pull the rug out from under you, build you up, interrogate you, monitor you, separate you from the pack. They will also talk bad behind your back. So they will be so sweet and so kind and so loving, like unbelievable. Like you think this person is the cat's meow and you would do anything for this person. And then you hear, and it's so weird, you hear like, what did they say about me? You know, you hear. So they try to separate you from the rest of your tribe. They want the rest of your tribe to see you in a bad way, and they want you to see the rest of the tribe in the bad way so that they can control every form of relationship in your life. They want to be the center, the focal point of everything in your life, and they will do whatever they have to do. They'll put you down, they'll put others down, they'll gossip, they'll get to know everything about you, then they'll tell other people things that they would never say to your face. These people are covert and very, very dangerous. They get you addicted to their validation through flattery and pretending to help. And by that I mean they'll be like, would you like me to do this, that, and the other? And you're the kind of person that would never want anybody to do all those things, so you would say no, but it felt like they wanted to do it. So they're so sneaky. It's such a sneaky thing. The covert narcissist is only interested in you when you have supply to give. If you are becoming aware of the dynamic and you are getting smart and you are getting wise and you're not giving the supply back, let's say you get wise and you start to realize this person is a covert narcissist or could potentially be, and you begin to grow as a person and begin to validate yourself and are no longer addicted to this person's validation. Well, that's when these people are going to hit the road. Because if you don't have anything to give in terms of emotional supply, emotional gratification, they get a lot of gratification out of controlling you. If you're not giving that anymore, honey, you are nothing to these people. So you can go from being flattered and you think, well, I have such a great friend who actually cares, to someone when you when you just don't reciprocate with your soul, with the very essence of your being, when you reciprocate love and, flattering and caring. But when you don't give that extra, that when you don't allow them to prick you, when you don't allow them to use you, when you don't allow them to hurt you anymore, when what they're doing is not causing you pain, they hit the road. And when they hit the road, I'm talking, it's painful. It's painful to have somebody that pretended to love you hit the road, Jack, and never come back and never care. And they may come back and hoover. That potentially could happen, but they hoover like it never happened. A covert narcissist never takes accountability for anything that they do, never will. They don't want to deal with any issues that they've done. They want a free pass for everything. So that's just like an overt narcissist, right? But you don't figure all this out until you're just in shock. When you find out that you're dealing with somebody who's a covert narcissist, it is a shocker. This is not your typical narcissist that's easy to suss out. These are people that are, their abuse, their covert practices, their mind control, their abilities to manipulate and make you feel like crap without you knowing that they are the ones who are doing it, are so high level, are so covert that you do not know it's happening until it's too late. And you're like, holy crap, my whole life I thought this. In fact, I bought into all these lies and now none of that was true. Oh my God, it's just the most eye-opening experience. And then it's something that you really have to unravel from, because, sometimes I would much prefer to deal with a normal person, a normal narcissist, if you can have such, someone with normal MPD, than someone who is covertly, slyly, underneath, behind the scenes, stabbing you in the back. Okay? Someone who's sweet to your face, acts like they love you, flattering you, getting all your information, finding out everything about you, weeping with you, or so you think. You think they're weeping. They're smiling inside as you share your hardships. And they love for you to share all your hardships. They enjoy that. That gives them a big kick. And they love talking bad about the people that are in your life that you're dealing with. They love giving them labels that will stick in your head. And then when you've made up with that person and they still use that label, and it just really damages all of your connections. They do not foster your connections with other people. They break connections. They do whatever they can to plant little seeds. This is not covert. This is not overt. This is little seeds. This could be little words. This could be like, they could use examples of Hollywood stars, of the local news. I mean, these people do not directly do it. Everything is indirect. You cannot set a boundary with a covert narcissist. That's one way, once you start getting boundaries, to know, okay, there's something up. This person is not respecting my boundaries. Or they're making fun of my boundaries, or they're really making a big deal about my boundaries. A healthy person, it doesn't care if you have boundaries. They are happy that you have them, and they're happy to respect your boundaries. They have no problem with it. They don't feel offended, because they're not trying to do anything to harm you. They're just there, okay? And people that you might think are narcissists to the core are not. You might think, somebody who always is focused on how they look or goes to the gym all the time, you may think they're this big narcissist, when really they're just somebody who takes care of themselves. These are the people that I think are the worst and that you have to worry about the most, because they will do the most damage because they're so kind to your face. Okay, what else do I have here? They do a lot of triangulation, a ton of it, especially, and these are the worst. Covert narcissists are the worst when they're found out. When you know their number, oh my God. Their whole entire personality changes, and they begin to triangulate and create alliances with someone else. And if you leave out of their life and you're no longer their supply, they will find someone else to be. They'll say, I'll replace you. And they will. They'll never, it's cray-cray. This covert narcissist thing. I'm finally getting the freedom to talk about it. It's been so hard to talk about. They give you a lot of unsolicited advice. They make a lot of commands. You should do this. You shouldn't do that. Anytime someone starts making commands, I have a little red flag go up. Not everybody knows not to do that, but it's something to watch out for. If someone's giving you commands, like, what the heck? Or do you think I'm a computer program and you're going to command me what to do? No, baby. I'm me. You're you. We're talking here, but you're not controlling me. Sorry. Okay, they do a lot of unsolicited advice. The covert narcissist must be one up. They must be one up. These are just little tells. So they're super sweet. They're super flattering. They're super kind. They're super willing to help. Or they say they are, and sometimes they might help if you push the button and say, okay, help. Go right ahead, I'll let you help. Once you're starting to get onto them. Okay, but they have to be one up. If they're one down in any way or feel one down, then they're going to give you the silent treatment. Okay, that's their bet, because they can't handle it. If you're not giving them the supply, the control, if you're not dimming your light, they go silent. Because they're trying to train you. They want to train you to dim your light. If you're not doing that, they're going to run. They're going to walk on. They're going to go find somebody else. They're going to go do whatever they're going to do. They're holier than thou. They like to tell you what you can and cannot talk about. And that's, has a lot to do with how the narcissist as a whole control the conversation. Well, The covert narcissist seems holy, 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 but you can only talk about the things that are holy in their view. Very invalidating. They invalidate you. They truncate your feelings. They don't allow you to feel. They say, why do you feel that way? They will harm you. There's a song that says, an old song from the 70s that says, carelessly cut you and laugh while you're bleeding. They will carelessly cut you and laugh while you're bleeding. Not only that, but they will blame you. They'll be like, oh, and then if you are not self-aware and you don't know who you are, then you'll be like, oh yeah, you're right. I mean, they really, if you're not an aware person, you're going to be ripped around by these people. They're very cunning, underhanded, self-deprecating, backstabbers, rug pulling, hustlers. They don't receive feedback. They're sly. They're scheming. They give little digs. They have little agendas. They're deceptive. They don't look deceptive, but they are. Be aware. They control you like a puppet, and they get such a kick out of that. They get such a kick out of that. And they don't treat everyone in their lives the same. Okay? And if they know you're on to one of their manipulative tactics, they can change. They'll change the tactic. They'll be like, oh yeah, I can't do that with you. Like literally, as you grow with them, they can change as you grow and get wise, they literally know what they're doing. They change it. You're like, I don't like when you do that. And then they can change it. One thing they cannot change is their silent treatment, because they just have so much shame. They can't tolerate your shine, and they have to dull the shine. They can't tolerate your boundaries. They can't tolerate your autonomy, so they have to retreat. They play the victim. If you dare catch them, then they're going to cry and be the victim. If you dare call them out on what they've done to you in the past or currently, they play the victim. Poor me. They, gather people around them. Look what she's doing to me. I'm such, a poor creature here. They play the victim. They gossip. Great listeners. These are the best listeners in the world. That's why it's so tricky. It's so tricky when someone, you feel like they love you and they listen to you and they're giving you advice and they seem like they care. And if somebody does you dirty, then they're really there for you, saying, yeah, they did you dirty, but really, they're not. Because then those same people that did you dirty, they'll tell you to go back. Whatever they can do that gives them a sense of control. This is my experience of a covert narcissist. A covert narcissist is not obvious. You're not going to know it straight up. You're going to have to understand underhanded, dark, hidden psychology secrets in order to catch these folks. And even then, you have to trust your intuition, because it is a very deep deception, manipulation, and it can cause you lifelong pain, heartache, frustration, shame, self-blame, when none of it's your fault. You have just been in the hands of somebody who has been using you like toilet paper, and it's time for you to stand up, set boundaries, be by yourself if you have to. It's better than being with somebody who is draining you of your energy, okay? Until next time, I'm Jenna Ryan. That's what I have to say about the covert narcissist. Talk to you soon. Oh, I'm SelfLoveU. That's my name. Please leave your comment, like, share. If you like these, let me know what else you want me to do one on. And maybe I'll do another one. Yay.